Don't look in the mirror. I don't like what I see staring back at me. Everything is clear. I'll never see what you see. It's not me. Welcome back to Curiosity. It's Redtail and yeah. Alright, this week we're talking about dysphoria and transition, which is a extremely tough topic, I think, for almost all of us. Well, prepare this video probably be very inappropriately long. This will also be very uncomfortable to edit for me. Let's go back to about 10 years ago, which would be around the time of middle school and the key period which bring up the whole dysphoria thing, that is puberty. Yeah. Let me do a little bit introduction about the school I was in. Was the Catholic private school, and back when it was the time that we still have all the hair code and a lot of dress code as well. We could only leave our hair to no longer than this. If any hair only leaves, you have to cut it off. I never liked how I look when I was a kid. I was quite a chubby kid. It's maybe quite hard for you to imagine, but yeah. I see a puberty kids with full face of acne and that type of hair and an ugly uniform, all the stuff put together. It pretty much allows you to just for destroy your confidence. Back then, when I first started developing the secondary sexual, what the fuck is it called? Secondary sexual characteristics. Yeah, that's it. That's basically when the actually male and female things start to take off. Before the whole puberty kick in, well, just a kid. Your gender is not that big of a deal before that, and after that, everything changed and your body change, your voice change, and you can see there is like two giant Adam's apple going on here, which is one of the big trigger of my dysphoria, and it's so out there and so obvious to see. Song I sang in the beginning that's Ugly by Smashing Pumpkins. When I first heard that song, the first few lines just hit me so hard because that's exactly how I feel when during the time of middle school, high school as well. Basically, every day, every morning I look in the mirror and I don't recognize who the person in the mirror is. I don't feel any connection between me and the people next to the mirror. Every morning when I wake up, look in the mirror, I will see different person. I will see all the different people each day, and none of them is me. Some are more similar to me, some are not similar at all, and it just all every day I wake up, I see a completely different stranger in the mirror. That's basically when I start to feel the dysphoria about my whole body, my gender, my whole appeal. Because of all the dress code and hair code in school, I wasn't allowed to do anything for that. Basically, that 6 year, I pretty much just feel like I was in a cage, and I feel all this dysphoria, I feel all this uncomfortableness about myself, caged by this body, being locked inside this body. I know there is a real me, there's actually self somewhere inside, but there's nothing similar, there's nothing resemble as my actual self from the outside. I know I couldn't do anything because of the school. And my family is very conservative. My mom is a very traditional conservative woman, even though she's also one of the most independent, strong person I've ever seen. But she have this mindset, even though herself break a lot of gender rule, break a lot of traditional value, but she still think as a traditional conservative person. I didn't have the courage, I didn't have any confidence of doing anything to be myself and let my real self break through till I go to university and leave my hometown and go to Taipei on my own and live in a gym. I start to develop my style, start to change my whole appearance. I start to grow my hair and try to dress more androgyny, and then I end up like this at like I think third year of university, and I was living in a boys' dorm for the whole 4 years. So that's kind of funny view to see. A lot of people will think if someone dress up and wearing all this crazy makeup and all this heavy appeal is something take a lot of courage, is something very hard to do. But actually it makes everything much easier for me because now I'm being myself, I'm showing who I am on the inside, and I'm in sync. That's what makes me feel confident. That's what matters because I feel great about myself, and then they give me confidence and other people's opinion don't matter anymore. So that is one of the biggest thing about why transition is so important and why this is a life-saving thing to do. Nothing more important than to love yourself and have confidence of yourself. When you don't feel like you are yourself and don't see yourself as yourself, if you can't even see yourself as yourself, it's almost impossible to love yourself because all you see is everything wrong with it. So I was suffering from depression. I was very suicidal for a very long time, and after the whole transition on my appeal, everything changed because I have confidence and I started to love myself, as a person. I finally feel comfortable with myself and with my own being. A lot of people won't see this as something that's serious. A lot of people think, dress up and dressing out like this is something that's just a joke or something that's one trying to be unique, trying to be special. But it actually is a whole life-changing experience of simply changing your appeal. Even though after the transition of my appeal, the whole dysphoria is getting quite eased, but still creeps out time after chance, and a lot of times feel just like out of nowhere. Like constantly reminder from my body that keep reminding me that I am a male. Every time this feeling creeps up, when I look in the mirror, I will see all the things, all the little things like the Adam's apple, the shoulder, the mustache, and a lot of difference in the hips, and the proportion of my body, and all these different things. Everything they say a gender, even though I'm actually quite privileged. I'm actually quite very lucky to have a naturally quite androgyny body to begin with, since you see I have a very small shoulder and I have extremely small, not just shoulder, I have extremely small bone structure. Like my feet is size 40 and I have a hand like this. So actually a lot of times I was thinking I'm in no position to complain about how my body looks because I already have such great body for a non-binary person in comparison. Every time I see a little trait, any little trait that says there's gender on my body, the dysphoria just creeps out, and everything just feels wrong again. So that leads us to the thought about transition. I'm never really sure about transition because as an agender, transition is just something that way much more confusing than anything, because what should I transition to? As an agender, what triggers me for my dysphoria is any trait that says male on my body. But if I do any transition, if I took any hormone, I took any surgery about that, then I will see that as a sign that says female. And I know deeply, even though the thing is, I don't even have to experience. I know well that things that says female on my body will trigger my dysphoria as well. So you see, there's a problem is that there's no right body for me. No matter how I do with my body, there's always something will come off or feels wrong for me. I really hope there was a day that I can conquer that just with my own mind, with my own soul, and fully appreciate what I have as my body and fully love what I have. And I'm really trying so hard. This is a challenge that comes every day on a daily basis. I don't know if there will be an end of it, but I really hope so. And I really don't sure about any transition. The only thing I take in consideration will be texture blood, but I still not entirely sure if I should go through this. And transition is something that took extremely lot of commitment. While in this subject about dysphoria, I just feel like every move is too dangerous in my case. So I guess that's about it by far about dysphoria and transition. It is a lifelong journey for me to keep exploring and keep learning, and hopefully someday maybe I will able to give you guys a answer I'll have. Hopefully this helps, and if you are having especially if you're having some similar experience, have some trouble to understand how it is as dysphoria for a non-binary person, hopefully this will show you some idea and give you a little bit thought on the inside. So thank you for watching and see you next week. Remember to subscribe and comment. Goodbye. Fuck.